This poem, The Lammas Hireling, is really interesting to me because it's very mystic. Its language is mysterious. I feel like I understand the poem, and then once I get to grips with it, I still somehow don't get it. I think you need to read it a bunch of times, and definitely at least two, to really understand where we are and who's speaking. This is a poem about a farmer who has hired someone to help on the farm and discovers him to be a kind of warlock or magician, shapeshifter, and shoots him, and as a result really regrets it and starts to suffer the consequences. It's very compressed, and the language is really difficult in places. So let's see. After the fair, I'd still a light heart and a heavy purse. So contrast right away. He was still feeling. He was at the fair. He's trying to get someone to work for him, and he's still quite happy, and he still had his money. And this hireling was cheap. He struck so cheap. He costs so little. And you see, from that point, we get a really quick change. The cows doted on him. They loved him. They paid really close attention. They followed him. And I only had really fat cows. Fat is cream. That simile emphasizes the size and thickness and richness of these cows. Yields doubled. I mean, the good luck. We get good positive things from this hireling. You get this strange line, I grew fond of company that knew when to shut up. He liked quiet. The speaker here. All of a sudden, then one night, and you get this dramatic shift. Then one night, disturbed from dreams of my dear late wife. So his wife is dead. And he's disturbed, he's bothered. And what he does is he hunts down her torn voice. That adjective, torn, is fantastic. It really hunted. It really gives the horror setting of this poem. I'm really frightened. I want to understand what's going on. It's like a ghost. It's like the dream. Something's happened. And what he comes across is a pale form, undistinguishable, very difficult to see. And the form is frozen. Now the K's stock still, the stock still, almost frozen in the light from the dark lantern, stark, naked, but for the fox trap biting his ankle. And the image is quite harrowing of a naked man with a trap on his leg. And the only explanation he can make for it is he's a warlock, a cow with leather horns, someone who's a faker, a shapeshifter. And he's very disturbed. And he reflects this kind of adage he knows: to go into the hair gets you muckle, which is much. Gets you much sorrow, the wisdom runs, much care. So to transform into a hare, a rabbit, kind of rabbit, well, not different, but anyway, it gives you sadness, but it also gives you care. What does this adage mean? He leveled, he picked up his gun and got it exactly to level with his heart, and he blew the small hour through his heart. I love that line. What does it mean to blow what does it mean to blow a small hour? It's as if to take the time out of him, or to blow an hour out of him, but he gets him right in the heart, which seems really, obviously it's deadly, but it may be symbolic reading. And you get this cinematic juxtaposition. It's like a movie. The moon comes out, which is a bad omen. Something bad's going to happen. It is a horror movie. By its yellow witness, I saw him fur over like stone mossing. There is a look at that movement, motion. It's like stop. It's like stop photography. Like by the moon being there, all of a sudden, just like a stone growing moss, but really fast, fur burst out over all of him. His lovely shows his affection for this man. His lovely head thinned, his top lip gathered. And you see just in these verbs the transformation of the man. His eyes rose like bread. I mean these are unusual and disturbing images. And what happens is he carries him, he puts him in a sack. But what's strange is it grew lighter at every step. So again, we have that magical, eerie feeling something's gone wrong. And he drops him from a bridge. He's getting rid of the body. And again, something strange. There was no splash. Now my herd's elf shot. Time is compressed. Things change really quickly, and we're going to see why in a second. My herd's ruined. I don't dream anymore, but I spend my nights casting ball from half crowns. So he spends his day creating ammo from coin. Does that show he's paranoid? Or he's trying to protect himself? Where is he? Where is this here? Bless me, Father, I have sinned. It has been an hour since my last confession. We learn he's in a kind of deluded sense. He's deluded. He's gone crazy. He's religious. He's killed this mystical, magical person, and it's affected him in such a way that he hides in a church with ammunition that he makes from coins, and he confesses hourly. And what does he confess? He confesses the killing of this magical hireling. But as some of my students have suggested, perhaps he's confessing something that involves the wife as well. Why is her voice torn? Why did he hunt her down? Why is he being haunted by her memory? These aspects of guilt permeate the poem, but the language really gives the density and the eeriness, almost that horror feeling that I get from reading it.